Have you ever struggled to navigate a website because it wasn't accessible? Do you know someone with a disability who can't fully participate online? If so, you understand the importance of making the internet inclusive for all. Welcome back to our Crutches Technology College. In today's video, we'll be discussing how to protect the rights of people with disabilities in our increasingly digital world. We'll explore the challenges the disabled community faces online and strategies to make cyberspace more accessible. Let's dive in. The internet has become an indispensable part of modern life. We use it for everything from communicating with friends and family to accessing vital information, services, education, and employment opportunities. However, for the over 1 billion people worldwide living with disabilities, using the internet and accessing cyberspace can be extremely challenging. When we talk about disabilities, we are referring to a wide range of physical, sensory, cognitive, and developmental conditions that can limit a person's mobility, senses, or mental capacity. These include blindness, low vision, deafness, difficulty hearing, cognitive impairments, limited mobility of the hands and arms, and others. Despite their disabilities, people with these conditions have the same needs, rights, and desires to access information and connect with others online. However, websites, apps, and other online platforms are often not designed with accessibility in mind, which can make it difficult or impossible for some disabled users to utilize them. There are several key challenges that prevent people with disabilities from fully accessing the internet and benefiting from it equally. First, many websites and apps are not programmed to work easily with assistive technologies like screen readers and screen magnifiers. Images may lack alternative text descriptions, controls may not be keyboard operable, and site layouts can be visually confusing, preventing blind or low vision users from navigating them. Second, online content like videos and podcasts often lack captions or transcripts, making them inaccessible to deaf and hard of hearing users. Third, complex site layouts and navigation, small text size, flashing imagery, and poor color contrast make it difficult for people with cognitive, vision, seizure, and motor impairments to use websites comfortably. Finally, many people with disabilities cannot afford the assistive software, devices, internet service, and computer equipment they need to go online. If the internet and web technology had been designed with accessibility in mind from the very beginning, these barriers could have been avoided in the first place. But now, deliberate steps must be taken to identify and remove the obstacles that are preventing people with disabilities from equal participation. There are several crucial strategies websites and online platforms must implement to become more accessible and protect the rights of disabled users. First, websites need to be programmed to work seamlessly with assistive technologies like screen readers and screen magnifiers. For blind users, all non-text content must have alt text descriptions that can be read aloud by their screen reader software. Sites also need to be fully keyboard operable, allowing those with limited mobility to navigate and use all functions with ease. Adding ARIA labels to interface elements also helps screen readers understand complex site layouts and dynamic content changes. Supporting alternative input methods like speech recognition, eye tracking, and switch devices allows users with motor impairments to control the browser and interface. Second, for deaf and hard of hearing visitors, all multimedia content requires accurate captioning and transcripts. Videos should display captions in both embedded and full screen modes. Transcripts make audio content searchable and allow text enlargement. Captions need to identify speakers, sound effects, and music to convey the full context. Third, to aid users with visual impairments, website layouts and navigation must be clear, consistent, and text scalable. Avoiding clutter, using good information hierarchy, and maximizing color contrast between text and background helps those with low vision use the interface comfortably. Flashing imagery and videos should also be avoided to prevent seizures. Fourth, people with cognitive disabilities like autism, ADHD, Down syndrome, and dyslexia need websites designed with their limitations in mind. Using plain, straightforward language in short sentences and paragraphs improves comprehension for those with reading or language processing difficulties. Well-organized, consistent layouts with clear information hierarchy helps users easily predict where to find things and how to navigate pages. Headings, lists, and other structural elements make scanning and understanding content easier. Instructions and prompts should avoid complex vocabulary and figures of speech that could confuse those with learning disabilities or impairments in logic and reasoning. Any concepts that require background knowledge to grasp should be explained simply. Compatibility with text-to-speech software also allows pages to be read aloud with natural cadence and pronunciation. Hearing content read can significantly improve comprehension for those struggling with reading, language processing, and information retention. Optimizing websites for cognitive accessibility empowers those with learning disabilities, attention disorders, memory deficits, and other challenges to effectively use the internet and cyberspace. It defends their right to online information, interaction, and services. With these design strategies, websites and apps can empower disabled users to access information, connect with others, and participate in society through cyberspace. Prioritizing accessibility defends their fundamental digital rights. In addition to technical accessibility, organizations and governments can work to bridge the digital divide and protect the online rights of the disabled through laws, regulations, and training programs. The Americans with Disabilities Act, or ADA, already prohibits discrimination against the disabled in public and commercial spaces, including online. However, improved enforcement is needed to ensure websites truly comply with the legal standards. Adding new protections specifically focused on digital accessibility would safeguard the rights of internet users with disabilities even further. Governments should provide training and resources to help disabled users learn to effectively utilize adaptive software and equipment so they can succeed in the digital world. Programs to make assistive technologies affordable through low-cost purchase or lending programs also empower those living in poverty or isolation to participate online. With good website design, thoughtful regulation, training, and assistive programs, people living with all types of disabilities can safely access and enjoy the benefits of the internet on par with others. An accessible internet allows them to learn, work, socialize, and engage politically and culturally, regardless of any physical or cognitive limitations. Creating an inclusive online world for those with disabilities is not only possible, but morally imperative. With some thoughtful design adjustments and conscientious policies, we can prevent cyberspace from unjustly isolating the disabled and limiting their opportunities. Together, governments, technology companies, and disability advocates must continue collaborating to identify and address the obstacles to digital accessibility. Only by breaking down these barriers can we protect the rights of all people, regardless of abilities, to equally access and shape our increasingly digital society. The internet's remarkable power to connect humanity should benefit those with disabilities just as much as anyone else. With ongoing progress toward equity, cyberspace can truly live up to its potential as an empowering resource open to all. The internet is an invaluable resource, but only if everyone can access it. Did you learn something new today about making cyberspace inclusive? What's one strategy you'd like to see implemented to improve accessibility? Let us know in the comments. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell so you never miss our latest content on digital accessibility and human rights issues. With your support, we can continue promoting equality for internet users with disabilities. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.